What if everything you know about our planet is wrong? Hidden in plain sight are places so strange, they defy logic. Ships vanish, lakes turn flesh to stone, coffins move on their own, governments hide reports, scientists lie awake at night. And you've probably never heard of most of these. This isn't science fiction, it's real. From cursed deserts to alien valleys, here are 10 unexplained mysteries that even experts can't solve. And the countdown starts now. 10. The moving coffins of Barbados. Picture this. It's 1812, and a wealthy family in Barbados is about to bury a loved one in their private crypt. But they're met with chaos when they open the heavy stone door. Coffins, solid lead, weighing hundreds of pounds, are scattered across the floor. Some are flipped upside down. Scratch marks claw the walls. The family panics. They reseal the tomb. But months later, it happens again. No floods, no earthquakes, just coffins moving like toys. Workers hear screams echoing from inside the crypt at night. Scientists later suggested underground water or shifting air pressure. But why did this only happen here? Why did the final coffin wedge itself against the ceiling? The family abandoned the vault for good, leaving the mystery unsolved. To this day, nobody knows what force rearranged those coffins. Was it angry spirits, a trapped animal, or something far stranger? What if the dead aren't as still as we think? 9. India's Skeleton Lake. High in the Himalayas, a British soldier hiking in 1942 stumbles upon a frozen lake surrounded by skeletons, hundreds of them. Skulls cracked open. Hair and clothing were eerily preserved in the ice. Tests later reveal a chilling twist. These people died twice. Some perished 1,200 years ago, others in the 1800s. Locals say a mountain goddess, enraged by invaders, hurled iron hail to crush them. But why were some victims related across centuries? Why does medieval Persian poetry describe this exact lake? Hikers today swear they see glowing figures near the water. Scientists blame a sudden hailstorm, but hailstones don't explain why bones from different eras share the same gruesome fate. Did the goddess's curse linger, or does the lake draw tragedy to it? The skeletons remain, frozen in terror. What if the next victim is you? 8. Turkmenistan's door to hell. In 1971, Soviet scientists drilled into a desert gas pocket, and the ground collapsed, leaving a flaming crater the size of a football field. They lit the gas on fire, expecting it to burn out in weeks. 50 years later, it's still burning. Locals call it the door to hell. They say the pit groans at night like something trapped below is screaming. Thermal scans show heat patterns that look like twisted human faces. Geologists claim it's just methane gas. But why hasn't it burned out? Why do explorers who stand too close feel an invisible force pulling them toward the flames? One man swore his shadow stretched into the pit and never returned. Is this a natural phenomenon? Or did we accidentally open a gateway to another realm? The fire rages on, unanswered. What's feeding the flames, and what happens if they go out? 7. Mexico's Zone of Silence. Imagine driving through a desert where your radio dies, your compass spins wildly, and your watch freezes at 11:55 a.m. This is Mexico's Zone of Silence, a place where science falters. In 1969, a U.S. Athena missile veered wildly off course and crashed here for no reason. Locals whisper about glowing orbs that stalk travelers at night. Farmers swear their crops grow in unnatural spirals. Scientists blame magnetic fields, but why do meteorites crash here more than anywhere else? Why do birds avoid the sky above it? One man claimed he saw a shimmering doorway hovering over the sand. Was it a trick of the light, or a tear in reality? Explorers who camp here report nightmares of whispers in the wind. The government denies it, but files about this zone are classified. What's silencing this desert? And what happens if it starts to speak? 6. The sleeping city of Kalachi. One day in 2013, a village in Kazakhstan simply fell asleep. Not metaphorically. People collapsed mid-step, entire families, even pets, sinking into comas for days. When they woke, they babbled about shadow people watching them. Doctors tested for toxins, radiation, viruses. Nothing. The outbreaks only happened in Kalachi. Then, in 2015, it stopped. The town was abandoned, but some sleepers never woke up. A survivor described the air turning thick and black before passing out. Was it a Soviet-era experiment gone wrong? A gas leak from underground? Or is something alive in the air? Today, Kalachi's empty homes creak in the wind, and locals say you can still hear faint breathing in the silence. What if whatever put them to sleep is still lurking? 5. The Bridgewater Triangle, USA. In a Massachusetts swamp, reality doesn't play by the rules. UFOs dart between trees. Phantom wolves with glowing eyes stalk hikers. People vanish for hours, then reappear miles away swearing time stopped. In 1970, a police officer chased a 7-foot-tall, red-glowing humanoid until it vanished mid-step. Dogs refused to enter the woods. Archaeologists found 12,000-year-old stone chambers aligned to constellations. Who built them? Native tribes say the land is cursed by ancient spirits. Even skeptics admit the air feels heavy here, like a storm that never breaks. Why do cameras malfunction? Why do hikers hear voices whispering their names? Some say it's a doorway to another world. Others blame buried secrets from America's colonial past. But everyone agrees, you don't stay after dark. What's hiding in the shadows? And why is it watching? 4. Japan's Yonaguni Monument. In 1986, a diver off Japan's coast spotted something unbelievable, a massive stone structure underwater. Staircases, giant steps, walls cut at perfect angles. Scientists argued, was this a 10,000-year-old city or just weird rocks? But here's the catch. Tool marks and carvings of human faces were found on the stones. Natural erosion doesn't do that. Legends talk of a lost kingdom called Mu, swallowed by the sea. Divers near the site hear strange humming, like machines buried deep. If humans built this, it rewrites history. It's older than the pyramids. But if it's natural, why does it feel designed? Fish avoid certain corridors, as if scared. Explorers say the water feels heavy here. Was this a temple? A fortress? Or did aliens leave it behind as a clue? What secrets are buried in these underwater halls? And who were they meant for? 3. Tanzania's petrifying Lake Natron. This lake looks like a nightmare. Blood-red water. Birds frozen in mid-air turned to stone. The water is so toxic, it burns skin on contact. Scientists say it's salt and chemicals, but locals tell a darker story. A god cursed the lake to punish sinners. Explorers found stone figures on the shore, some shaped like humans. Satellite photos show a skull-shaped crater under the water. Why do helicopters avoid flying over it? Why do nearby tribes warn the lake eats souls? Some say the stone figures are warnings. Others say they're victims, trapped forever. But here's the creepiest part. The water preserves things perfectly. A bird that dies here looks like a statue, feathers intact. What happens if a human falls in? And why hasn't anyone tried to find out? 2. Norway's Hessdalen Lights. In a lonely Norwegian valley, glowing orbs haunt the sky. Red, white, or blue, they hover silently, then vanish at 18,000 miles per hour. They've been seen since World War II. Cameras catch them, but radars don't. Farmers say cattle act possessed when the lights appear. In 1984, a light split into two and shot into space. Scientists say it's gas from underground minerals reacting with air. But why do the lights avoid humans? Why do they pulse like they're sending signals? Some think they're alien drones scanning Earth. Others say a crashed UFO leaks energy underground. The lights still appear, defying explanation. Are they studying us? Testing something? Or is the valley itself alive? What if they're not just lights, but eyes watching us? 1. The Devil's Sea, Japan's Bermuda Triangle. Off Japan's coast, there's a patch of ocean so deadly that sailors call it the Devil's Sea. Ships vanish here. Planes disappear mid-flight. No distress signals, no wreckage, just gone. In 1952, a research ship called Kayo Maru No. 5 sailed into the zone to study its mysteries and vanished with 31 crew. Not a single life jacket washed ashore. Fishermen tell stories of ghost ships drifting crewless, hulls rotting but cabins untouched. Scientists blame methane gas bubbles or freak waves, but why do compasses spin like crazy here? Why do divers report invisible walls deep underwater, blocking them from going further? One survivor found clinging to debris, swore the sea opened up and swallowed his ship. Locals whisper of underwater dragon palaces guarded by ancient monsters. But here's the chilling truth. Governments have quietly marked this zone off limits. No studies, no answers, just endless questions. Is this a portal to another world? Or is something alive down there, waiting to drag more victims into the dark? Reality itself seems to break. But here's the real question. What if these aren't just random mysteries? What if they're connected, pieces of a puzzle we're not meant to solve? Share this video, talk about it, and keep your eyes open, because the next mystery might be right outside your door.